Hello, TikTok. Today we are talking about ADHD. ADHD questioning ourselves about whether or not when we talk about ADHD, are we, oh, my camera's flipped. Interesting. I'm dual streaming, so I'm on YouTube and I'm on the Tiki Takis. And we'll see what happens. If you hear the sirens in the background, I live in New York City, so sorry, I can't do anything about that. But so hello, welcome in. If you have ADHD or if you know anyone that does, please share the live with them. I would greatly appreciate it. And today we're going to be talking about this slightly uncomfortable question. Hold on a second.
So I'm looking at my system. I see.
I wonder if she knows that she's still. One second. Do you know you're still live on YT? Boom. Um, Sorry, I was just making sure that.
A new violation that you need to appeal. And he says,
I don't know if she knows that she's still on YouTube. Anyway, yeah. So if you have ADHD or if you know anybody that has ADHD, please come in, say hello to me. Go ahead and share out the live. Hello, Tanya. Tanya, you're not live yet. Did you get your package? How you doing, friend? Thank you so much for the heart me. And let me know if you can, what the sound is sounding like. Because I hear a slight echo, but when I was playing with this on the camera, you got the package? Good. When I was playing with this on the back end, you sound fine? Good. Okay, good. That makes me happy. Hold on. We deserve a little clap. I got this little sound card thing, so I'm testing it out. I'm playing with it. Hello, Dr. Johnson. Let's see, I'm going live, but I saw you wanted to say hello. Hello. Thank you for the heart me, Dr. J. How's it going? How's your Sunday? Oh yeah, it's Sunday. It's snowing here. And which I wasn't completely happy about, but I'm like, maybe I won't have to go to work. We'll see. Hey, hey, hey. So yeah, today we're talking real quick about the gotta go paint for the people. Go ahead, and after I'm done, if you're still around, I will come in and see you. See ya. Can you share out real quick though before you leave? Do you mind just like either reposting it or doing a power share? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Because I need to get these out to as many people as I can. But whether or not, you added 500 comments. Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate your support. I appreciate you. Mwah. You did. Oh, that's what it says. It says added 500 comments. So unless TT's lying, which it has done before. So welcome in, welcome in. Today we're talking about, but enjoy your live though. I'll see you later. We're talking about the difference between explaining our ADHD and knowing when we are hiding behind it and using it as an excuse. So if you're popping in, welcome. And yeah, so that's essentially what we're asking ourselves. When am I explaining it? When am I using it as an excuse? And if you've ever said, well, I have ADHD, and then immediately wondered, like, which one is it? Stick around. So as we get started, let me know in the chat if you have been diagnosed with ADHD and or if you are like kind of self-diagnosing, if you're trying to figure it out. Thank you so much for the rose. Appreciate you. Because I was diagnosed with ADHD in my 30s. So, and a lot of people, more people are getting diagnosed in their adulthood. Love these things. There's like a lot more stuff popping up on the screen than it used to be. I haven't been diagnosed. Not sure what I got going on. That is fair. That is fair. I'm sitting here like I need to. I think I've said this to you before. Maybe I haven't, but I was like, I kind of want to. Hey, Sierra, what's going on? I want to get tested for autism as well because I might have a little bit of autism. I don't know, but I'm guessing. Um, but yeah, so no matter where we fall on the spectrum, everyone is welcome here. And today isn't about gatekeeping or shaming or, it's about being able to tell the truth about where we are, our behaviors, and what is actually going to be helpful. A full psychiatric evaluation never hurt. Correct. Correct. Sierra, let me know how you're doing, girl. Um, and so while we are, hello, Leanne, how are you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, while we're tapping and sharing out the live, tell me this as well. Would you call yourself multi-passionate? Hey, hi Trisha T. Would you call yourself multi-passionate? Like you got 6 projects going on, 10 hobbies, 40 open tabs in your brain at all times. Thank you so much for the heart me. Appreciate it. Type multi in the chat if that's you. Definitely yes. Hello. Thank you for the popular votes. Appreciate it. Multi. Hey, Coach Nan. Good to see you. Multi. Thank you. All right, cool. So I've got my people in the chat with me. It's not just me. I'm not alone. We're multi-passionate with too many ideas, what feels like not enough time, and maybe a little bit of chaos. So we're all in the right place. And so again, if you're new to me, my name is Jasmine. I help multi-passionate people with ADHD stop drowning in ideas and start actually finishing the projects that matter to them in a way that respects their brain instead of fighting against it. And today's live is about that really tricky line between when I'm explaining my ADHD versus when I'm trying to avoid discomfort or responsibility or a risk of failing. Thank y'all for liking the live. I appreciate it. So today we're going to be talking about what a real explanation can look like versus what an excuse can sound like. Come up with a couple of questions to check ourselves in the moment, and then connect it to actual projects and goals, because I know plenty of us are sitting on business ideas and content. And hello, Feral Mom, how are you? Leanne, you sent 500 comments as well. Thank you so much for the support. I don't know why I never. Hooray! Hello, and thank you for sharing out the live, Coach Nan. But yeah, we've got courses in us and offers, whatever it is we're trying to put out there, but that we never actually, it never actually gets to leave our brains. And then towards the end of the live, I'm going to be sharing details about my 6-week. Thank you so much for the heart me for the 6-week map and move cohort, which is where we actually take one of those projects and build an ADHD friendly plan to move it from idea into at least motion, if not close to completion. So wait, I see that bio. You bullied me into it. Do you like it? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. But yes, I did update the bio. I have to figure out what to do with. Thank you for the love you so much. I appreciate it, and thank y'all for using the stickers. And I'm sorry if I miss anything. Um, I'm out of practice. So, if you've got too many ideas and not enough follow through, stay with me to the end because we're gonna walk through what the cohort is, who it's for, and how to grab access if you like it. All right. So before we dive in, let me know in the chat what is one thing that you've wanted to do for a long time, but you keep saying, like, I'll do it later. And it could be a business, it could be a podcast, a YouTube channel, a book, a digital product, anything. You could drop a word or two. Let me know. Is that doll face? Digital product. Ooh, I'm curious. I'm very curious to know what your digital product is going to be about. Hello, Dollface. How are you? Get my business Grumpy Goat. That is cute. Grumpy Goat off the ground. Okay, nice. Photo studio, content space. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're tired but good. Okay. Well, it's good to see you. And I hope you get rest. Hey, Flourish, how are you? All right. So, I'm going to start off with some what are we up to today? We're talking about ADHD. Thank you so much for the heart me. We're talking about ADHD and what it can look like when we are making excuses hiding behind our ADHD versus when we are genuinely explaining our limitations because of our. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Flourish. How have you been? Thank y'all for the heart me's too. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go over a couple of definitions based on just how I'm defining these two words because language does matter. So the way that I see it, I'm good sneaking in on a commercial break. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Um, so the way I see it, an explanation gives context, and an excuse is a dead end. So when I think about the difference, to me, an explanation can look like I have ADHD. So unstructured time is really hard for me. And if I don't break tasks down, my brain checks out. And I need smaller steps and some sort of external support in order for me to finish this thing. Right? That to me, in my opinion, is a legitimate like explanation. It's honest, it's specific, and it points towards what you need. Whereas an excuse could sound like, I have ADHD, so I just like I can't do those things. I can't. Right? And there's no curiosity. There's no next step. There's just a period at the end of the sentence. So drop a yes in the chat if you've ever caught yourself or an ADHD brain that you know and love say something like, I can't be on time. I have ADHD. Or I can't seem to stick to anything. I have ADHD. Or I can't plan content. I have ADHD. I just can't stay organized. I have ADHD. Gotcha. Hey, level up, level up. Thanks for leveling up, Dollface. And thanks for liking the live. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. Y'all know somebody who has said all of those things. You know somebody that has said all those things. And here's the important thing, though. Those statements often do start out as explanations because they're explaining a real pattern, something that is actually has been observed. But if we never follow that up with, so what can I do differently? We can slide into the land of excuses because they're excuses that feel like fact just because we continuously repeat them or we've heard them so often growing up or Doesn't necessarily make them true. So, in short, explanations open doors. And you can see that. Okay, good. Thank you. Explanation open doors, and excuses closes them. And we have a flash goal. What is the flash goal? What is it? Oh, they're donuts. Okay. All right. I'll do the donuts. And now it won't let me out. There we go. Hello, neighbor. Coloring Gems, how are you? Good to see you. Um, Thank you. I appreciate the donut. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so what is that? Oh, somebody became the title gifter for the donut. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think it was Dollface. Thank you. I do appreciate y'all's support. Um, and I'm saying this to you as somebody who understands how tempting it is to close a door. Sometimes it feels safer to say like, I I can't. It feels safer to say that than it is to say I might be able to if I just tried something different. That can be scary sometimes. And if any of this is landing, put an ouch, or thank you so much for the hat and mustache. Put an ouch in the chat. Um, just so I know I'm not talking to myself. I might be. Who knows? I appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you. Ouch. Yeah. And like I promise, this is not a you are the problem conversation. This is a conversation that's saying like your brain has specific needs. And if you don't identify them and you don't give your brain what it needs, you may not be able to move past the feeling of failure or of being behind. So, practically speaking, when we hear ourselves say like I can't because ADHD, how do we know whether or not that's legit an explanation or an excuse? And I want to suggest like a 4-question check-in that we can use. You could write this down if you want to, but um yes. Sorry. I'm trying to I have my question. There we go. I'm trying to get to my questions. I got to this part and then didn't bother. Here we go. Okay. So the 4 questions. The first question is, am I using this to understand myself or am I trying to escape a responsibility? Right? So, oops, sugar honey iced tea. So, I have ADHD. That means that deadlines are hard for me. And that can go 2 ways. One way is deadlines are hard for me. So, I'm going to need to break this down into not multi, what's the word I'm looking for? Into mini deadlines, or ask for reminders, or build in buffer time, right? That to me is an explanation. Or it could go the other way, where it's deadlines are hard, so I'm not even going to try to meet them. I'm just going to ghost and wait until it explodes. And that might sound ridiculous, but it can be a very real thing where a deadline is coming or you don't know how you're going to get out of a situation, so you just don't deal with it. Hey, thanks for 2.8K likes. I appreciate y'all. Um, is it harmful? Yes, it can be. But it is a rut that sometimes we do find ourselves in. Yes, it is very real. Right? Um, that can be excuse territory. If, you know, I'll just speak for myself. There are things that I know that I can do, but sometimes I will just curl up under my under my blanket. You know, that's not actually helping me solve the problem. So even though the sentence is the same, I have ADHD, so deadlines are hard for me. Um, the energy and the follow up are different. The second question is um, is this about the task or is it about my worth? Right. So when we move into excuse land, there's usually a deeper story underneath it. Like, I have ADHD, so I never am consistent, or I have ADHD, so I'm not cut out for this. I have ADHD, so I don't even try. Again, using myself as an example, and Dr. Johnson, who was here, I don't know if he's still here, has heard me say this so many times. There are so many jobs that I did not apply for because I was like, I have ADHD. This seems very important. Attention to detail. And every job description says you need to have attention to detail, right? But there are some jobs that I didn't even bother applying for because I convinced myself I have ADHD, so I'm not going to be able. There are times where I'm going to falter, right? Even though, even though knowing that most of the jobs that I've ever had, I was promoted. So it's not that I can't do the job, but I've convinced myself that there's no point in trying. Or sometimes it's there's always a better candidate. So what's the point of even trying? And that's not just about a difficulty for a task. That's about like how we think we are allowed to be, how we're allowed to move in the world, I guess. So an explanation stays closer to the facts, right? I have ADHD, so consistency is going to require more scaffolding and more repetition for me than it might require from some other people. It doesn't mean I can't be consistent at all. It means that I probably need supports that might seem extra to some neurotypical folks. Um, question number 3. Let me know if this is helping anybody. Um, question number 3. What would I say to a friend in this exact situation? And I've heard this question before. Somebody's comments were filtered, so you might have said something and I didn't see it. If I don't reply to it, it's just because I didn't see it. Hey, Key, what's up, girl? Um, so what would you say to a friend that was in this exact situation? If your friend said, I missed the deadline because my time blindness kicked in and I completely misjudged how long it was going to take me to do this thing, would you snap and be like, you're just making excuses? I'm good. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for the stickers, Dr. Johnson. You probably wouldn't. You'd probably say, yeah, that tracks. You have ADHD, but let's figure out how, like, what can we put in place so that this doesn't blindside you again, right? So ask yourself, like, if I wouldn't accuse my friend of making excuses, maybe I need to treat myself with a little bit more compassion. Doing well by God's grace. A little colder out here today. Yes. The snow. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, is it even snowing anymore? There's a flag outside that's completely still, so it's not even it's not that's really weird. Like, I can't see the buildings across the way, which means it must be snowing, but like everything looks still. It's real weird. I don't think I've seen that before. Thank you for the stickers. By the way, those stickers are complimentary compliments of Dr. Johnson. He made those. And I appreciate him. But yeah, if I also wouldn't let my friend write off their entire dream because of 3 bad weeks, then I probably need to be more honest with myself as well. Right. And then the fourth question is there even a tiny next step that I'm willing to try? We got to give ourselves some grace. Absolutely. We have to. So, excuses do not like next steps. They want the conversation to end, they want the avoidance. Explanation says, this is hard, so now what? What do I do with that information? So when we say I can't make content, or I can't stick to a consistent schedule because I have ADHD, is there a tiny version that I'm willing to try? So maybe I can't I can't batch 10 videos, but maybe I can do, film messy B-roll, or maybe I can't build a whole business in a month, but I can brainstorm 3 offer ideas. Or maybe I can't clean the entire house in a weekend, but can I clean one room or clear off all the surfaces in one room, right? And if our honest answer is no, I'm not willing to try those things, even if it's not in those words, but if that's the feeling that we have, that's important information. Because now we're not talking about our diagnosis. Um, we're talking about fear and perfectionism, maybe burnout or capacity. And none of those things make us bad people, but we can work with that information. Hello, hello, welcome in. Um, we can't necessarily work with a vague story like I just can't because I have ADHD. So let me know in the chat which question, if any, which question hit you the hardest? Was it 1, 2, 3, or 4? And just so to go back through them, the first question was, am I using this to understand myself or to escape a responsibility? Is this about the task or about my worth? What would I say to a friend in this exact situation? And is there even a tiny next step I'm willing to try? Let me know. Hey, Melissa. Welcome. Thanks for liking the live, y'all. I think for me, it's definitely the second question, the question about worth, which I'm working through. I'm working through it. So now I also want to say that this is, how do I put this? Sometimes what sounds like an excuse might actually genuinely be a an explanation. Sometimes our nervous system is just done. Like we just hi, Hallie Q, how are you? Hallie Q's in the house. I forgot I had this sitting here. I got a new sound card. Anyway, thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate it. But yeah, sometimes the I can't is speaking about nervous systems being done. Yeah, for real. For real. And, to help with that, I'm going to introduce or suggest a red, yellow, green day check in. Okay. So let me stop it. Let me pull it up. So a green day, green day, a green day is you're not perfect, but you've slept decently. If you take medication, they are cooperating. You're not in crisis. On a green day, I can't is often fear or resistance. You probably can do something if you just chunk it down. Okay. That's a green day. A yellow day is you're tired, overwhelmed, easily distracted. On a yellow day, I can't is partially true. We have limitations, but you can usually still do something if you scale it in a way that is more gentler on yourself. Then a red day is you are absolutely cooked. Emotionally, physically, mentally. Maybe you're triggered, grieving, overloaded. One red day, I can't, is likely just the truth. You need rest, regulation, and care, not a productivity lecture. So, And the reason why this matters is like, hold on a second. Right. The reason why this matters is because if we treat each green day like a red day, we start building an identity of I can't, maybe because of ADHD. And if we treat every red day like a green day, we burn ourselves out. And then thank you so much for the popular votes. We burn ourselves out and use that crash as evidence that we're just hopeless. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sent blooming ribbons. Aw, thank you. I missed it. Wait, it says sent blooming ribbons on February 11th. Thanks, TikTok. You're having a red day? No. Well, I mean, are you resting though? Are you hydrated? Did you have your okra water? It is Sunday. Hopefully, because you also have been going pretty hard. You did 3 lives the other day. Was that yesterday? It might have been Friday. I'm out of okra water. Oh no. Actually, so am I. So am I. And I gotta order some, but I can't right now. Friday, okay. Thank you for that. That was Friday because that was when the super fam live happened. Thank you for that. That was great. It says goal ended. Did I have a goal up there? Was it a flash goal? Oh, it was a flash goal. It was the donuts. We'll have them. It's fine. But before we label something as an excuse, we can ask ourselves, like, what color is today, honestly? Like, in the chat, so Halicu said, you just ordered yours? Lucky. Man, wait a minute. I did order pomegranate. Did I? My memory is shot. I don't remember what I'd be spending money on. Sometimes I order stuff and then like the package comes and I'm like, what is this? I think I did order the pomegranate okra water. So we'll see. But I'm in a constant state of exhaustion, exhilaration, plus overwhelm, trying to lead a balanced life. How cute. we've got to work on that. And I mean, I don't want to get too much in your business, but like, hopefully, sip happens. Exactly. Hey, Cash B, how you doing? It's been a while. It's been a while. How are classes going? I think you're taking classes. I think the last time I saw you live, you were in a class, or were you working? I don't remember. Let's see. It was the added saying yes to in real life invitations that did it. I'm sorry. I'm only laughing because on the one hand, I'm like, well, yeah, you probably need to like, get out more and see your friends or whatever. But then also, no, I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, knowing me, I'm also like, I need time alone in my apartment. By the way, during lockdown, during COVID, that was the. I don't mean to sound insensitive. I really don't. I know that people lost their lives or whatever. But during lockdown, during COVID, I did not leave the threshold of my apartment for 6 months, and I was ecstatic. And I was productive. I was not only doing my actual work, but like, I think at that time I started like 2 YouTube channels, and I was consistent, y'all. I was learning a new language. Whatever. That is a time in the past. Thank you so much, Halikio. I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, so hey Eugene. So if you're red today, your win today might be eating something, hydrating, and not signing up for 12 new things. If you're yellow, your win could be one tiny action towards the project that has been haunting you for the past however many months. And if you're green, and I'm saying this with love, but if you're green, it might be the window where you can stop hiding behind explanations and start taking some uncomfortable, gentle action. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to drink broth and watch Riverside FM updates. Ooh, I need to start drinking broth. Do you make your broth or do you buy it? Beam me up. Get me up out of here. Faux serious. Um, the last time I had broth, I bought them in these little like cartons. It was expensive though. Thank you so much for the repost, Key. I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna connect this to something bigger. So, if you have so many ideas that like actually matter to you, love the light. I love the light too. I want to get another one. It's a, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. But thank you so much for sharing out the live. I appreciate it. It makes a aurora borealis or whatever, honestly, and I love it. Um, I have the two lights that I got from you, but I don't know. They just seem weak on my. But then again, I didn't have it like on a background like this. I had it like closer up, but even closer up, this light is just brighter, so I like it. But thank you for commenting on the light. So, some of you have a lot of ideas that actually matter, like creating a YouTube channel or writing a podcast episode or a digital product, um, an Etsy shop. I said it. Oop, don't tell TikTok. Creating a community. But what often happens when we have ADHD, sometimes we explain our patterns so well that we actually never move the thing. So, like, I'm great at starting things, but I'm not so great at finishing them. Or I'm obsessed for 2 weeks and then I completely drop it. Oh, thank you. Fire horse. Fire horse. I've been doing that at work now. Whenever something just goes wrong, that's my response. Hey, Nayland, what's up? We have another super fan. How you doing, Nayland? Girl, I'm about to lay down. Love you much. Go lay down. Go rest. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Ooh, you like the lights? Thank you. I love that little cube. I'm gonna get another one because I fear I'm going to break that. It's gonna slide off of something, or I'm gonna bump into. I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna break it. So I need to get another one. um, but yeah, and sometimes we say like I can't pick just one. Hey, level up, level up. Hold on. There must be something here. I like that for the level up sound. I'm having too much fun. And I'm sorry if it's too loud. I can't figure out how to. One more turning it down, it actually mutes the sound. So beam me up out of here. I already told Halikio, I was like, the two people that are gonna save us all are gonna be Nayland and what's that girl's name? Janelle Monáe. I know that's a lot of pressure, but I feel like you can handle it. Help us get out of here. No, but like all of that is real though. And if there's, if that's where the story ends, it can be a really convincing excuse. And then 2 years go by and we're still saying for this one project, I'm going to do it one day. One day. Starship is warming up. Yeah, man. We live in a clown world. But yeah, so here's the thing. ADHD brains often need 3 things to actually get things done: a clear chosen focus, a realistic map that's not too vague, and external support and accountability. So that's literally why I built the Map It and Move cohort. And it's a 6-week cohort where I walk through with a small group of multi-passionate like ADHD people or ADHD leaning people through one chosen project, mapping it out in a way that works for them, and then actually moving forward with live support and co-working. So I'll break down the details in a bit, but I want you to see this link first. If you keep living in explanation mode forever, you're never going to give yourself the chance to find out what's actually possible for, your projects with the right container. So, no, you don't need to necessarily try harder. You probably need to try differently and with structure. Thank you for the repost and thank you for the stickers. The stickers. So let's do this. Put ready in the chat if you are up for a quick live exercise. And we could do it together. If not, I'll move on. Thank you for the popular votes. Ready? Okay, cool. Thank you. Ready? All right, awesome. So let me pull it out. Okay. So grab whatever it is you want to write in, either a piece of paper, your notes app, whatever. And write down one project or goal that has been sitting in your brain for way too long. And so it can be, again, whatever it is you're working on. For Dr. Johnson, he mentioned his production company before. No, that was Onyx. Dr. Johnson mentioned a digital product that he wanted to make. Dollface, did you answer that question? Or were you here at the time when we asked that question? I don't remember. If you did, I'm scrolling back to see if I see an answer. But if not, you can either put it in the chat or you can just write it down. No? Okay. So yeah. So it can be like start my YouTube channel, launch my digital product, offer one-on-one services, whatever it is you want to do. For anyone that's interested, Dollface is creating a nonprofit for lupus, people that have lupus. And I believe it's called Lupus So Visible. Did I get that right? So if you're interested in hearing more, you should connect with her. Clear space for my creative space for recording. Nice. Yay! So yeah, if y'all want to learn more, hook up with her. And Dr. Johnson does his healthcare conferences every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Well, he has interviews that he does every Tuesday, but one Tuesday out of the month, he does a conference with a panel. And they talk about healthcare and administration and all that stuff. Hallecky was on the last one. Yes. And Posh History Professor. So y'all should follow each other if you don't already. All right. So step 2, under that project, write the sentence that you usually say about why it's not done yet. Office hours on Tuesday, conferences once a month. Yes. Thank you. I definitely need to tune into that. It's also a great way to network as well, especially for what you're doing. So yeah, under the project, just put a line of like what you normally tell yourself as to why it hasn't been done yet. So an example might be, I have ADHD, or even if you don't have ADHD, you can still do this exercise. I have ADHD, so I can't stay consistent, or my brain won't let me plan ahead, or I'm bad at follow through. I don't even know where to start. I just freeze. And then if you want to drop your version in the chat, you can. You don't have to, but it's just helps to see that you're not alone. For me, I think my problem is just I keep telling myself I don't have the time. But if I'm really being honest, like I spend a lot of time in places that I want to be in, doing things that I want to do. I enjoy helping people, but sometimes I spend whole days doing that and then complaining about why I haven't done the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And that's not great. I tell myself it's too overwhelming with my energy level. That is fair. That is fair. And it was interesting actually listening to, I learned a lot from your live stream with, hey, Coloring Gems, thanks for liking the live. Um, your talk with Halleck, because, each day can look different. And as you said, there are some days where you may not even be able to get out of bed. But, and that's important information to have to gauge what you are actually capable of doing on any given day. I always have trouble getting started. Yeah. Especially especially if it's a task that like you need to do, but not necessarily, it's not like the fun part. Hey, Elle, how are you? It's not necessarily the fun part. That is so real. And so step 3 is, thank you so much for the heart me. Thanks for helping me get that goal. Appreciate you. Let's see. I don't know if I have ADHD, but I overthink everything I'm about to do. Hey, you need to get into El Meek's world. Follow her, and then overthinking every task that you need to do is, I mean, it could be a couple of things, right? Here's the funny thing about ADHD. And it's not funny. It's not funny. It's actually low key kind of dangerous sometimes. There's some people that have ADHD and they've been misdiagnosed with having something else. But also, sometimes ADHD comes with other things like anxiety and depression and all that stuff. And so, like, and you might just have those things and not have ADHD, but all of those things can affect how you plan. Like, they do have an effect on your executive function, is what I'm trying to get at. um, Elmeek, you went live at 4 today. Are you going live again later? Genuinely, if y'all are overthinkers, you need to follow her. Her lives are dope. She smacked us around a little bit last night, but we're not going to hold it against her. We're not going to hold it against her. It was stuff we needed to hear. You are? Okay, good. Let us know what time. Is it 9 or 10? So step 3 is, we're going to turn what you've written down. You do follow already. Nice. Look at Doc answering on my behalf. We're going to turn what we've already written into an explanation that opens the door instead of closing it. So you take your sentence and add, so that means. So that means. So for example, I have ADHD. I can't stay consistent. So that means I need tiny, repeatable actions and accountability from outside of my own brain. Or I get overwhelmed by big projects. So that means I need someone to help me break it down and plan like what I can actually see. Elmeek reached level 11. No, that's not what I wanted. Yay. The buttons only have like words that tell you what's on them, and I still managed to hit the wrong one. It's fine. So, if you are feeling comfortable, drop in the chat. Oops, drop in the chat. So I need, and then fill it in for yourself. Even if you don't know the exact support, just like describe what you think might make it easier. Thank you so much for the hand heart. Appreciate you. So for me, I'll give you another example. I have a problem with time blindness. Like, genuinely, the time just disappears. And so I've tried using digital clocks, like countdown things. That does not work for me. And so I have actual kitchen timers, those ones that give the shrill, the shrill sound when it hits 0. I use a kitchen timer because they actually tick. I can hear the ticking sound, and it reminds me that it's there. But also, that alarm that happens at the end startles me so much that I'm constantly aware of it. And I'm trying not to be startled by the alarm. So having a physical timer actually works for me sometimes. I need to be okay if I have to rest throughout the task. That's a good one. Yes. Yes. Because we're no good to, especially if we genuinely need the rest, right? We're no good to ourselves or our task if we're like running at not necessarily 100%. A lot of us a lot of times are not at 100%, but I struggle with that. I get it. And especially again going back to, I'm going to be referencing a lot of things you said in that live stream. But like when people can look at you and they're like, you're fine, you look fine, you seem fine, you should be able to do this thing, there is pressure. And sometimes we internalize that, especially when we've heard it for so long in our lives. um yes. And so what we just did, what we just wrote down, that's the beginning of our explanation that we are now going to be turning into a strategy. So it's also exactly what we do in the Map It and Move cohort. We take that vague I can't story or I have trouble with story and turn it into, here's what my brain actually needs. Here are the steps. Here is the support. And here's what I'm going to be doing this week. All right. So I just want to take a few minutes and walk you through what the Map It and Move cohort is, because some of us might be ready for more than just information. And if you're like, okay, I'm tired of explaining my patterns and I'm ready to actually start building something, but I don't know, like, I know I can't, I'm not going to do it alone, then this is for you. So, the Map It and Move cohort is a 6-week cohort specifically for ADHD leaning, multi passionate people who maybe have too many ideas and can't pick one, or they have, you know, they have their one big idea but no clue how to break it down, or they keep starting and stopping and they're sick of being caught in that loop. What we do inside for each week, I'm just going to walk through the 6 weeks. The first week is mapping out our ADHD patterns and picking our project. So when we're picking our project, it's not that the other projects that you wanted to do are less important or less meaningful. Thanks for the repost. It's just we're going to work on one thing at a time. So, what is the thing that you want to move in the next 6 weeks? What is the thing that you feel you are excited about right now, or that is the most important to you right now? Week two is framework fundamentals. So, we go over ADHD friendly frameworks and talk about who or like what to take into account when we're choosing frameworks to try, especially for the 6 weeks, right? And so week three is, thank you for sharing out the live. Week three is support ecosystems. Your support systems are going to help your frameworks be usable, right? And then week four is all about testing and gathering data. What's working, what's not working. Um, did I use my frameworks at all? That's information, that's data. Um, am I only able to use them at 2 a.m. versus 2 p.m.? That's all data that we use. Week five is adaptation. So, not necessarily throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but altering or learning what we can adapt to make our systems work. By the time you leave this cohort, you're leaving with a toolkit of things that you can use to help you remain more consistent. Because not every system that you create is going to work on every project all of the time. You're going to need to adapt here and there. And then week six is about sustainability and celebrating what you've done. All right. So that's that is what the 6 weeks are. So when you become a cohort member, what you get are the live calls and the co-working sessions. The co-working sessions are not like the ones I usually do here on the live streams, because here on the live streams we play music, we talk, we chat, we co-work. We're basically hanging out. Let's be real. Um, Although sometimes we may get something done. In the cohort, the co-working sessions are literally there's focus music playing. We have the Pomodoro timer going on. Um, we do check-ins when the timer goes off, and we're actually getting things done. And we currently there are 2 days where I do 4 hour co-working sessions, so you can come in and out as you please. Probably going to start making a sign up sheet because currently I'm just sitting there for 4 hours whether people show up or not. So that's not great. I need a better system than that. But I also get stuff done, so that's good. You also get a cohort companion workbook, which you can choose to use. You don't have to. If your way of taking notes or keeping track of your progress is through voice chats or ChatGPT or your Apple Notes app, Google Docs, whatever it is, you can use whatever you want. But the cohort companion is a guided workbook that you can use should you choose, or you can even just use it as a guide to keep you like to remind you of where you are and what you're supposed to be doing for that week. Um, you get a clear map for your project. You have access to me whenever you need it, um, and support when your brain tries to self sabotage. You also get prompt bundles. There's prompt bundles in there that you get just for by virtue of being a cohort member. So if you're here and you're nodding along, but you're not actually changing much in your day to day, this is your chance to step into a container designed for your brain. So right now I'm offering discounted access to the next round of the Map It and Move cohort for the first 5 people who join. So this means that you get um, special pricing as being an early member. Thank you for using the stick. Is special pricing for being an early member, and you also get more time to plan around the start date, maybe choosing the project that you want to work on. And if you're already interested, just DM me the word cohort, COHORT, and you'll receive information about signing up. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and check out the description because the link is down there. I'm co-streaming for the first time. Um, Not the way that Dr. Lisa does it because I don't have access to the shorts lives yet. Boo. But maybe if I get to 50 subscribers quickly, I'll be able to. Anyway, yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the video description and the link is down there. Um, and just some quick questions in case anybody had them. Um, if you have a full-time job, that is fine. So do I. This is not about working extra hours in a day. It's about focused, realistic moves each week that actually accumulate. If you're scared you'll sign up and then ghost, that's a completely valid fear. And that's why the cohort model works because you're not doing this alone. This is not a self-paced course. This is not video tutorials. It's we meet up on Zoom every week. Um, if you're not able to make a live call, the live calls are recorded so you can go back and watch. There are midweek check-ins. You're not going to be able to ghost. Let's just put it that way. If you don't know what product to pick or project to pick, we handle that in week 1. The I have too many ideas problem is part of the design. It's not a bug. So if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or you can DM me if you'd like. And yeah, this was good. We did a lot today. We talked about the difference between explaining your ADHD versus hiding behind it rather. Um, we went over 4 questions that we can ask ourselves to self-check in the moment when we say, I can't do something. We did the red, yellow, and green days so that we don't gaslight ourselves. We can actually evaluate how we're feeling that day. Um, and how all of this connects to the projects that you've been sitting on. So, if you've been here, if you're still here, I appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out with me. But yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know. Feel free to DM me or drop it in the chat. Let's see, how long have we been on? What is happening? Oh, there we go. My screen to I did a whole hour. I wonder if Dr. Lisa is still on the Zoom call. No problem, Dollface. Thanks for hanging out. I hope it was helpful. And we'll be back. We will be back. I need to go live more often. She is? Okay, good. It is positively sobering. I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I accept that. Receive that. Yeah, we'll be back. I'm probably going to go live again later on Project Loop, but we'll see. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to try to catch Dr. Lisa in her Zoom call. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Right. And so I listen to you, and it's like that follow for follow. I'm very careful with that. I go to the person's, the one room I went to, they're like, oh, you just don't follow for follow here. You have to go into the room. You have to go into one of their posts. You have to leave at least 5 words, and then you can follow so that you don't get in TikTok problems. So I've been kind of just doing that as a natural and not follow for follow anything, right? I do go and post, and I find a post and I'll say something genuine. That's one thing. Say that again. What was the instruction about following? What did they tell you to do? Go to the person's page and follow them there? Go to the person's page, find a post, leave a comment, 5 words or more, then follow. And that keeps you out of TikTok problems. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, to your point, that is true. That is true. When you go on someone's content and follow them there, that does not get you in trouble with that whole 100 follow, because that engagement on their post does count as authentic engagement in their content. So you're right. That doesn't go towards your 200 number jail. Yeah, and they come back. Go ahead. I'm sorry. They come back to my page, and then they comment. And I actually end up making real connection with those people. So I like that. It's not a whole lot of folks, but I'm very selective on who I do it with. That's one thing. And then the second thing I did, after I did my first live, I got this promote from TikTok. And I kind of looked at it. It was for a $20 coupon. And I was like, I don't think I should do that. And then after I did the second live, I was like, well, let me give it a try. Or maybe the third. After the third one, I think it was, I said, let me give it a try. Because I said, let me see what I get for $20 coupon. So I get spread out to 1,500 people for $6. That's what it's going to cost me. And I said, okay, let me see what that is. And if anything, I'm trying to figure out my demographic anyway. I did it. I got the best. And I did a 7-second video. Okay. And I got demographics that are amazing from that.